Jesus just gave me a dream of the rapture, and in this dream, it was different from any other dream I received. Man, God real, bro. I want you to know that. I got a dream of the rapture today. I just woken up from it. I'm going to take you to the beginning and walk you through it. What just happened? In this dream, I'm in my town right now. So, I'm out west or south. I'm out south. And I'm driving down the road in my pickup truck. And for some reason, before I even get to that part, I'm driving down the road with my pickup truck. And I see these kids and this homeless woman. She got like 4 kids, little kids, toddlers and stuff on the side of the road. And they ask for money. And I still like mess around with action figures and stuff. And I had a truck full of action figures in the back. And I pulled over on the side of the road and I gave her kids the toys, the action figures, and the lady was so joyous and thankful. And I remember in a dream, I'm gonna tell you exactly everything that happened. I was like, you know what? They can have all these. I'm gonna keep this one because I'm gonna still play with this one, but they can have all the other 11. So I gave them to him. She was thankful. And I pulled off. And as I'm driving down the road, it starts snowing. And in this dream, I had revelations that my tires weren't good enough for the tread that's on the road. So I start swerving. And for some odd reason, bro, I came out of my truck door and I'm using my feet. I'm literally holding onto my door like this. My truck's sliding sideways down this busy 2-way street. And I'm pushing my feet, like trying to, I'm not sure, bro. I'm literally like outside my truck, sliding down the road with my truck, everybody looking at me. And my feet was enough traction almost to stop it. And I ended up getting my truck to this little side street. And I hop back in and I'm like, whoa, it's scary, it's dangerous to drive. So it's snowing, right? And the sky turns orange and cloudy, real orange and red and cloudy. And I pull up to this gas station. And when I pull up to this gas station, I was looking at this guy across the parking lot. And I was seeing this little tornado form. And it was coming down. And it landed right where he was at on his car. And it looked dangerous. I want you to understand the nature of these tornadoes look dangerous. So everybody was really running from them. But some people couldn't escape the tornadoes because they were getting raptured, right? And so this tornado hit this guy. But when it picked him up as he was trying to run in his car and pull his door and get in his car, I'm looking at him in awe because when it picked him up in the tornado, while he was in the tornado, his body, it was light in the tornado. It was like orange thunderstorming light inside of it. And as his body's in it, you could see his body separating. His upper half is like this, his lower half is doing this as tornado spinning, but it's reconnecting. And in this tornado, he was getting a holy body. And as I'm looking at him, I'm my ex-girlfriend, I'm tapping her. I'm like, yo, look at this tornado. Look at this guy. She wouldn't look because tornadoes popping up everywhere. And we right under the square thing where the gas pump's at. But the guys across the lot. And he was becoming holy in that tornado. He was getting his glorified body. But it was beautiful lights and stuff inside the tornado. It looked all dangerous though. It looked dangerous. And then tornado started hitting everybody else. Like it was this old white lady and this old man that was in his car right next to me. And the tornado didn't go through the roof of the gas station hub. So they turned into like blue. It was a outline of their bodies, but it was blue light. And they start going up and it looked like an attack. It could be perceived as an attack. They started going up and I'm looking at them going up. And immediately, once again, I'm still not having in my mind. I'm like, I ain't thinking it's the rapture. I'm thinking this is some crazy supernatural, tornado storm or something. And you seeing all these other tornadoes laying around, skinny little tornadoes, human sized. And they picking up people and people going up. And I immediately hop in my pickup truck and I ran because you got to keep in mind, I'm thinking this tornado is killing you or something. It's taking you. Because I looked at the guy, it was ripping him apart and stuff. But at the same time, he's in it and it left. When they picked him up, the tornado spent back up. And this other tornado is coming down on people. And I drove into the gas station window, drove into it, and there's a car wash hooked up to the back of it. And I parked my pickup truck in the car wash. And I remember the woman in the gas station was like, she was telling somebody else, drive your car through the window, drive it in, like trying to protect them, trying to tell them so they don't get hit by these tornadoes. And their vehicles flip. And it stopped. The little tornadoes picking people up stopped. And the lady, instantly, it was a lady in there, and I was like, whoa, what just happened? What just happened? She was like, the rapture just happened. Now, the nature of these tornadoes could be perceived as a threat to you. It looked scary. It didn't look fun to get wrapped up in these tornadoes, but people left in them. And if it was a barricade blocking the tornado from actually hitting the ground, you were under it, you're just going to float up into the tornado. So, okay, so it stopped snowing and stuff. It wasn't even really snowing at this point. It just got real icy before them tornadoes. So keep in mind, it's not snowing anymore or anything. The sky's still orange. So I pull off. I immediately floor it. And I'm in my plan like, okay, tribulation time. I'm knowing what's up. It's all seems ultra real. It's the same layout of what town I'm in. And I drive and traffic blocked. And for some reason, I was naked. I was completely naked. I don't know why. I was completely naked. And I hop out my pickup truck and I see this famous black preacher. And I was going to close the door because the AC. I see this famous black preacher. I think it's Mike Todd, but he was real short in his dream. And I run into Mike Todd and I conversate with him. I'm like, yo, Mike. And before I tell you about me running to Mike Todd and Lorenzo.jr., which is another YouTube preacher, my cousin called me. This is right after I pull out. So I'm taking y'all back a little bit. I pull out that car wash and my cousin called me on the highway. And my little sister was crying because her babies disappeared right out her arms and on the highway. And she was like, I don't know, bro. I just want to go home and cry. And like her babies disappeared. And I'm seeing her. God took me into the scene when I'm seeing her in a car on the phone with me. And she got one more baby in her arm and the baby disappeared. And she started breaking down more. And then my cousin got the phone. And my cousin was like, Ike, you need to start talking to people and telling people about this because God, you've been said this was going to happen and God showed you. And this was God. This was God. He was using my cousin's voice, though, because I had clear discernment and revelation in a dream. I was talking to God, and he was using my cousin's voice and my cousin. And he got this, man, I wish I could remember everything. He got to talking to me, and he was just telling me about basically what I need to do, evangelize. To sum it all up, it was all him telling me, it's time to evangelize and tell people, you've seen this already. You've been warning them. Now you really warn them about what's to come. And I'm like, I hung up and I was asking God questions on the phone. I'm having revelation that the consciousness of God is in my cousin right now talking to me. So I'm asking God stuff in my head without necessarily talking to her. So me and her got a conversation going on, but God is through the phone too. And I'm asking questions in my head, getting answers. Then I start driving down the road once I hung up. After I received the message from God, I drive down the road and I wasn't sad about getting left behind. For some reason, I wasn't sad. I'm usually sad. And I wasn't thinking about, I should have got on my knees and prayed because that's the plan if the rapture happens, but I did in this dream. I drive down the road, the traffic's blocked. My pickup truck is front and back blocked by the cars. There's no way I'm getting out of here. And I'm fully naked. So I hop out the truck. And when I hop out this truck, I see Michael Todd and his family. And I get to talk to him. Michael Todd, like, what are you doing here? Like, the rapture just happened. Blah, blah, blah. And he told me, Lord Jesus Christ, forgive me if it's not Michael Todd, because he was really short in his dream. But for some reason, it's hard to remember something. I just had this dream. But he looked like Kai Cenat. But for some reason, Revelation was telling me in a dream it's Michael Todd or something like that, right? Anyway, so he was telling me, bro, I was just using the church for money, bro. I don't really care about this stuff. He just kept saying, bro, I don't care. I don't care, bro. I was just trying to feed my family. He had no fruit of belief at all. And they walked out. They walked down the road, back down south while I was going north. I'm trying to get to my apartment. And I found this stand with clothes. It had Glock shirts, Glock themed shirts. And I threw one on. It was too tight. And I was still naked. I was embarrassed of my nakedness. So I'm looking down at me like, bro, I can't run down to my house naked. and I run into Richard Lorenzo.jr. And Richard Lorenzo.jr., for some reason in this dream, it was also like, it was like, I'm not sure. The context of our conversation was, I just had that dream too. Me or Richard Lorenzo.jr. just had the same dream, even though I was in the dream that I was telling him about, that I dreamed about, that just happened in front of my eyes. Sometimes dreams don't really make sense, but this was the scenario. And Richard Lorenzo.jr. was like, yeah, he was with his wife. Yeah, I just had that dream too, brother. And we're talking, and I can tell you this much, what I got from that. He's a true man of God. He's a true man of God. And God showed me a preacher that's not for him on the internet and one that's for him. That's what I'm taking that as. And me and him got to talking, and we were talking about how we got to share the testimony. We got to let people know we just had the same dream, the same exact dream. I was like, you seen tornadoes in your dream pick you? I've never seen tornadoes pick people up in the Rapture dream. He was like, yeah, tornado. He described the same thing. I'm like, that their bodies start to rip apart and come back together and stuff. And yeah, bro. And so we sitting there conversating, and God took me out that scene, and he took me into the future. So this is me fresh out of that. And he took me 2 months into the future. I'm gonna tell you why it's 2 months. I'm out south again, and I'm in this Kroger parking lot. So for some reason I spawned there right after I got talking to Richard Lorenzo, and I'm confused. I'm like, whoa, I was just in the Rapture. Where am I at now? Because it looked peaceful, calm outside. I run up to these 3 guys, white guys, that's fixing their pickup truck. They lifting the hood up. And I asked them, I said, did y'all see tornadoes around here? Like a bunch of tornadoes? He talking about, yeah, we definitely seen that. And I was like, are there any more kids on Earth? He was like, no, it's no more kids. And then he was like, yeah, all the kids are gone. And then the crazy part about it was, I was like, when did the tornadoes happen? Because I'm trying to, it's like when you watch the Terminator, and Kyle Reese is asking, what year are we in? What time? What's going on? And you get confirmation from those people that's been living in that timeline. And he was like, it's 2 months after them tornadoes happened. 2 months after the Rapture, it was complete peace. And that's where it ended. I found out God put me 2 months after the Rapture in the same vicinity. And everything was normal, but it was no kids on Earth. And from normal people perspective, it's going to look like an alien attack. That's exactly how they're going to tell the world aliens took Christians, because it looks like that. Tornadoes with red lights in them and orange glows, and it's ripping you apart but putting you back together as you go up and stuff like that. That looks like alien attack, but it's not. We don't understand the nature of that event, and we didn't understand it. We didn't perceive I didn't perceive the tornadoes in the right perspective. The whole time it was the Rapture. And I woke up, man, and I just want to tell y'all, the Rapture is close. The fact that I seen snow coming down this dream let me know I don't know the season, because it says no man knows the day or hour, but it don't say you don't know the season, right? And God always shows me in the spring or summer. But this time I seen ice rain coming down, and it made it slippery and stuff. And that don't happen in the summer or spring. But the weather is bipolar now. And the weather's all types of messed up. Sometimes you get in the early spring now and it's still snowing outside because the weather is not caught up to the seasons. So Jesus Christ is coming soon, man. Please pray to him. And please help bring people to his kingdom. And I ask y'all to pray for me. Yeah, that dream was crazy. It wowed me. But I just had to record this real quick. I'm finna go back to sleep, and hopefully God will throw me back in it. Because I just asked God, I want to see the rest of it. I want to see what happens after. Keep telling me more. Pray that God shows me more, and I'll tell you guys about it. But let me know what y'all think about that. What's your opinion on that? All this stuff has meanings, and even me being naked in the dream, I'm trying to figure out what that's about. So just let me know what y'all think, man. And pray to Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. He's the only way to the Father, God. You need someone to atone for your sins, and he's the way.